Hello bitches, it's your old pal Brian. It's the 10th at December, 10th of December at about, I don't know, 4:30 in the afternoon. I've just finished about 9 days of dealing with our bear issue. And the days have been long and unjoyful, but out of all the crappy details I've had to work in my life, this one's actually been one of the least crappy. I'm flying the Hobby King version of the DJI flame wheel. It's called the Q450 Firefly is what it said on the box. I've crashed it a number of times, and the original PCB board, I killed it somehow. So I bought the HJ450 off of Amazon.com for 17 bucks. And it has in it parts of this, that, and the other. Those little kids riding go-karts, which I believe is completely illegal, but that's why I live in this neighborhood, so little kids can do cool stuff like that. So, anywho, it's got the Hobby King Mega board on it, the ATM Mega, and I forget the actual type of GPS receiver that's on there, but it also has a GPS receiver. Now we're in loiter, and as such you can do this, and it'll just sit there. Even with an onboard compass, it does pretty good. Don't trip. What else? Weather's changing, of course. Now that I got some days off, it can get shitty outside. Hopefully it won't be very windy tomorrow morning. A front's coming in, and Thursday's out, I think, for flying. It's going to be 10 or 15 knots, they say. What else? Beautiful little aircraft. It's going to have Fat Shark attitudes strapped to it in the coming days. And I hear from my friend Noel that I can use my Mobius to see out of and record. So looking forward to that. I think I have all the cords I need. If not, I'm going to have to go to readymaderc.com and buy the appropriate cords. Jonesy, pleased you're no longer under the weather. And of course, Noel, glad your project is up and running. It is really neat. Rest in peace, Simon. Who else? I guess it won't, when you put it in loiter, it wants to go up to whatever the distance is, which is, I guess, about 30 feet. I don't know, it should just loiter straight on. I'll have to try this some more. Funny, because I read all these damn directions, and my pal Noel has corrected me on what I think is right about some of the modes of flight. Yeah, let's keep wanting to climb. I don't know if it's so it can see GPSs or what the deal is. Just need to stay the hell out of the trees. Yeah, rest in peace, Simon. He's on down the road. Haven't really had any more communications with him. He went the way of Peter and Spiros. I think I'm out of battery. At only 3 minutes left. I don't know if the battery did its job or not. I'll continue in a moment. Hi again, bitches. I must have had the one battery. I'm charging all four of them, getting ready for tomorrow. That's the only bad thing about my new policy on storage charging my shit. It takes hours to get your stuff ready to go fly. So kind of pre-charging my batteries for tomorrow. Where was I? Rest in peace, Simon, Peter, and Spiros, and my God, I think Edmund is down the road. I sent a private message to D-Daddy, Dan, and Edmund actually, and I have not gotten a response from either of them. So we're having friends drop off from our web community at alarming rate. What a shame. Me and Noel were whining about that a while back. Anywho, yeah, Rob, it's a red light on the back. It goes into an automobile, the LED. And there were $7 at the local Army surplus store. I couldn't stand it. I don't know how many watts it takes, but probably quite a few. And at least I know where the rear end is on the thing. Yeah, Hobby King Mega APM board, U-Blocks 6 or something like that, GPS receiver, the 7-channel Hobby King receiver, orange ORX. See if this damn thing will work. There we go. It's better with a proper battery in it, I guess. That's loiter. Yeah, I think I was telling y'all earlier, Noel helped me understand the complexity that is what the hell is it? Oh, altitude hold, and that is, I guess it's supposed to, if you fly the hell out of it, it's supposed to maintain that specific altitude and not deviate. Whereas loiter is just what it says. If you put it in one spot, it's supposed to stay there within a meter or two. Yeah, going to be strapping a fat shark to this pretty soon. I guess I'll be able to see through my Mobius, which is very pleasing to me. Bought a big old fat 30-something gigabyte card for it, so it'll take some video. I don't know if I mentioned, there's a thing called a trunnion, which is basically the elbow on a retractable landing gear for my T-28. That thing was made out of Chinese monkey metal, and I went ahead and replaced it for my T-28. It's supposed to be under the tree. Really, the only mods I'm going to do, I'm going to refrain from putting in a gyro in the damn things, and I'm just going to come out and test them when I get them on a calm day. When I get them put together and I'm going to put them in the air. What else? Yeah, the Icon A5 amphibious aircraft. It will sport wingtip covers, as will the Lexan wingtip covers, as will the T-28. At least reduce the grinding effect of when you come in and you get a wingtip drag. Yeah, I don't have any desire to fly these things in acro mode, because even right now I'm flying them a little more roughly than what I should. Good on you, Noel, for getting rid of your bullet connectors. I think we discussed that you found a bullet connector that was held together with chewing gum and spit from an 8-year-old Chinese girl. That's all bad. Back to Jonesy, glad you're feeling better and hope you get in the air here soon. What's Jonesy guy? He's got a cool gimbal that I think I'm going to refrain from for now. As much as I like a gimbal, Um, I think what I'm going to do is just try to fly like a human, get the right angle on the Mobius, and fly that way. See how that works for me. I just, my friend Mike, who is my FPV guru, his point's well made. The more shit you add, the less flight time you get, and the more opportunity you have for failure. So I think I'm going to call it, at least for now, at the gimbal. It's creeping up there. I wonder if it wants 30 feet, or if it's just trying to see, around all the trees, a better GPS, because I think it uses GPS, compass, and barometer to find its loiter place. Well, odd, because usually it just sits still. And we flipped her off. Yeah, now that I think about it, if I have to put the Mobius on the aircraft, what I'm going to need to do is get me another $38 808 cam. Although I'm supposed to be able to see through this one, I think. There's a mic shot in it, as you already know. This thing flies like a scalded dog, though. I haven't been practicing on the sim. I need to get back on the sim for the T28 and the Icon A5. Icon A5 has a horrible stall speed, so you got to bring it in flying pretty hot. I'm going to put wheels on it. My first flights are going to be off the ground, and then after that I'm going to pull the wheels off, and it's going to be predominantly a water plane. I can fly right over my neighbor's lake, or access on my neighbor's lake with great ease. It's a neat little aircraft. Oh, it's no posh Git DJI Phantom, but it is a sweet little aircraft. He's tolerated my dalliances pretty good. I'm keeping in mind I've still got a KK2 card, and I've still got a frame. Only thing I don't have is ESCs. I think I got 3 motors, or 1 motor, so all I gotta do is get 3. The motors are cheap. They'd probably be all up in the air for hardly anything. We got left just about 16 seconds. That'll give us 8 minutes on this airframe. And there we have it. See ya. Hello, bitches. This is the third in the mega post. I think we're at about 12 minutes now. Oh yeah. I'm gonna fly one more time, as they say. Just oiled up my motor, so I'm gonna let them vacillate a little bit. That's the wrong word. Marinate a little bit. Try not to sling off the oil I just put on there. Well, who else I've been talking to? He was telling me about his skill set, or lack thereof, and that was kind of fun. One of the few people I know that speak in candor and admit that their hand-eye when it comes to flying is lacking. Well, I'd love to see you attenuate it and get good at it, my friend. You've got life getting in the way, but a nice long life ahead of you. Yeah, I didn't pick this up until I had what was effectively an empty nest, like most men. trying to spend money on kids and life, and typically don't have a lot of money laying around for these extravagances that tend to cost I think the least I've had is a couple $100 a month. Quite a bit of money when you got kids. But yeah, good talking with you about that. And yeah, because Peter and Spiros, wow, that was odd. You know, I couldn't figure it out, and somebody kind of pointed out to him, and well, it was Simon. He goes, I don't think they can fly. As in, they have the complete and utter inability to fly. And I said, well, son of a gun, I actually never thought of that. I have a naturally halfway decent hand-eye coordination, so it really never occurred to me. So sure enough, both of them abruptly quit flying. They gave other reasons, but I think we're quite clear about what happened. That is neat. I must have all my satellites and stuff. Yeah, not a bad hold. I think Noel already used the oh shit switch on here, which is return to launch or land, which is also known as the old oh shit switch. I don't want to do that here. I did that here the other day, and the damn thing went up 30 feet, scared me, and it come back down to 10, and Jonesy got to laugh because it's what the software defaults at, and I forgot to change it. So I had to reach up. Did I tell you all this? I had to reach up at 10 feet, which is about the extent of my reach, by the way. Grabbed the thing by the skid, and I started rolling it, and that just pissed it off, because what it doesn't like is I guess being pitched over. And finally, when I rolled it over like at 90, it kind of gave up. The neighbors are all coming home from work, and kind of decreased its prop speed, but I still had to unplug it while I was holding onto the skids. I don't know what would have happened. I guess perhaps low voltage would have took over, and it would have went ahead and just eventually sat down, I reckon. I'll say this, at the end of my flights, when I fly them hard, just like anything, the battery is warm. And that's my 3-cell battery. Loiter again. Been enjoying the flight test videos. Those guys are always great. And Bruce from New Zealand, he is a hoot and a half, farting around, using 30s terms like the bee's knees. Gotta love that stuff. He's a maniac. Stirring up the council in New Zealand, pissing them off. That's funny. Dude's got a following, though. I'm here to tell you, he won't tell you if he don't have to. But if he's getting millions of hits, I assure you, there's people out there pushing that PayPal button for him, and he is probably making, and rightly so, because I gotta be honest with you, he's an entertaining little bastard. Smart. He's got to be making a nice little tidy living, although I'm sure it's inconsistent, off of this RC Models Review and XJet channel. That's good stuff. Well, there's probably some things I need to do, like tidy up my antenna on my GPS. I suspect that would be smart of me. I got 2 or 3 wires that are semi-loose around this little bugger. But there you have it. One Hobby King knockoff. And if you kind of don't count all my dalliances with the cards, the GPS version, probably 300 bucks all told. Yeah, probably. The KK2, 2 1/4 maybe. Well, it'll be less than that. It'll be $110 less. Nothing shy of amazing to me though, this technology. Nothing shy of amazing. What we got left? A minute or so. Let's give the old 300 milliamp battery a break. Come down just a little early. Oh, they like that oil. I oiled them all up. Now they all stop at the same time. All the best and see ya.